So once you create a Azure account, this is how the screen will be, and then you need to create a one virtual machine. Okay, so that means you are kind of you're buying a machine. Okay, it's somewhere present. Okay, so why do we call it virtual? Physically, it's available somewhere else, and physically it can be tomorrow they have given you some course you requested. It can be any course, but you will be getting those courses always. Okay, so we'll go to the virtual machine. We'll create virtual machine. Okay, so once you pass these parameters, so let me explain to you. Here in this case, pay as you go will not be there. Some other option will be there. Okay, and then your virtual machine, you need to whatever the name you want to give to your virtual machine. Region will be automatically it will be showing some region. Uh, don't select it. Okay. So then you need to select an image, Ubuntu or CentOS you can choose as of now. Okay, and after that, this is important. This you just take it the smallest size of the virtual machine. As I told you that we are provisioning a virtual machine, right? So virtual machine. So here I have chosen one CPU, vCPU. That means virtual CPU, and zero point 0.5 gigabyte of memory. Okay. And once you do that, then after that you need to go to the authentication type. Just by default it will be SSH public key, and then username you can give whatever username you want to give. Okay, as your user. Okay, so generate a new cable. This will also be automatically shown to you, and this key name is created based on what name we have given to virtual machine. And once you click a review and click on it, it will create a machine. One second, what it is saying, changing base on select the research selection you have made. Okay, so it will when you will create a machine, then it will ask you like this pop-up will come. Uh, So it will ask you to download those that virtual that key file. Okay. So you need to go to under .ssh. So where you will find out .ssh. If it is not there, then I'll tell you how to go. Okay. Just go to the C folder, then users. Okay, users, and here you will find out .ssh folder will be there. If it is not there, you can create it. Okay. Under that folder, you just save this key. Okay. So now it is creating your virtual machine. Okay, so by default it creates your C1 virtual network IP and NSC key. So we'll talk about all this when we'll be talking about Azure. As of now, we are talking about Linux, and we need a machine to connect and then to perform the Linux commands. That's the reason we are provisioning. Okay. So once that machine is ready, it will appear here. Okay. Okay. So now it is provisioned, and if you go to the virtual machine, it should show one machine. Why it is not showing? Okay. Okay. So here it is. So once it is showing to you, now we need to connect this machine. Okay. So once you click on connect, it will show you the SSH option. Okay. So there is one file we have downloaded now, right? So this is the key there they have downloaded. I'll show you that. So here you can see it has downloaded C1 underscore key. Okay. That key needs to be passed, and we need to, before that we need to change the uh, permissions for that key. Okay. Let me try connecting to directly itself. So finally, what you have to do, just copy this command. So I'll tell you what it will tell. Okay. What is the meaning of that particular command, right? Let me try to connect from here. So mostly I'm used to so here we need to give the path of the basically if right now I have reached to the .ssh folder, but even if you are not there you need to give the path. Okay, if you have kept it somewhere else, otherwise by .ssh I think it should pick up by default. Okay, so our key name is one second. Okay, so now what happened? We are inside that machine. Which machine? Which we created here, this one, virtual machine. So this virtual machine is somewhere is there, and this IP address is this one. Okay, this one which I selected here, and its a user is Azure user. This is the root user. Okay, so with the help of that user, we are trying to log into that machine to SSH to that machine, and we are using private key that is generated by this machine. Okay, to log in. Okay, so once we log in into now, so now if you do pwd means present working directory. So as discussed yesterday, it will show you whichever user is there. For every user there will be some home directory. Okay, so here for the Azure user there is one home directory is there. Okay, so if you do by default it will when the user will log in it will reach there. Okay, any doubt so far?
So now it's running virtual machine.
Yeah, yeah, so everything whatever we are going to do will be running there. Okay, so if you have to create let's say some directory. Okay,
Yeah.
got
That
it?
means Azure user is my virtual machine name.
No, it's your username.
Username. Okay.
Yeah,
Username of virtual machine.
yeah. So you don't have to do anything. Just remember one thing. You just go to that machine which you created. Just go to that machine. Simply go to that machine. Why it is not showing here? So just go to that machine here. Okay. And just go to the connect option. Then go to the SSH. Just copy paste. Here, copy sign is there.
Okay.
Just keep click here and just paste it where you want to log in, and you need to give the path where you have downloaded a key. Okay, and let's say I'm exiting from here. Okay, now even if I'm from outside, let me try. It should pick up automatically from .ssh. One second, C1. Okay,
That means C1 key dot pm. I
yeah,
have I
yeah,
have to
yeah,
be written.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you have to. That is the key name. While downloading, it was written there, right? When we created the machine, and every time you will not be able to get it. Every time. So while you are creating your machine, you will get it. Okay. Okay. So you need to just give the path here. Okay. You need to give just path here where your key is there. If you have kept it in .ssh, it's okay. Otherwise, if you have kept in some other folder, you need to just
Okay.
give the path, okay?
Okay.
Key path.
Okay.
Uh, So always try to go to .ssh and then try to log in, okay?
Okay. Let me try.
Okay. So your Azure account is ready?
No, sir. Due to sir card
Just
coding problem this earlier, I will I'll do it
yeah.
by today.
Okay. So because of troubleshooting that took much time, I wanted to
Yes.
discuss further. One second, few things we will discuss and then we'll close. Okay. So let me open. Okay. First, let me explain to you. Yesterday we were discussing. Let me come here. Let me go to the virtual machine itself. That will be better. I'm not much used to of CMD terminal. Okay. So yesterday we discussed ls will show you the listing. Let me go to the top directory once again. So here, so so now we'll talk about what are these parameters. That is important before going ahead. Okay. So here these are the permissions. Okay. So permissions. If I think someone's speakerphone is on, I guess. Okay. Just put it on mute. Okay. So here, three kind of permissions are there. Okay. So first of all, what is this RWX? That I need to explain. Okay. So R means write, W means sorry, R means read, W means write, and X means execute. So every file or directory has these permissions. Okay. So write, read, and execute. Okay. And why these three repeated are there, right? Okay. So the three repeated permissions are there. First three permissions are there. That is for user. Okay. Then next three are for group. And then next three are for honor. Okay. So let me copy paste and let me explain it to you. So first letter represents file or directory. Next three permissions represents for the users, and next three represents permissions for group, and then the next three permissions will be for honor.
Sir, three means including R, X, and one.
It will be for see. I'll explain you that. So it means read, write, and execute. So for a file, either you will be reading, okay. So let's say you don't want to give the write permission to someone. Okay, that time it will write permission will not be there like this. Okay, that will explain how we can change it. So in that case, it will be right. Okay, so that means users having permission write, sorry, read and execute. Don't have permission for write. Okay, and if RWX is there, so someone has permission on that particular directory, read, write, and execute. Okay. So execution files are there. Read means you can open and read it. Write means you can write something into that, right? Simple, right? Executable files are there like as we run in execute exe files. If you have seen some program you need to run. So for that execute permissions will be there, right? Okay.
Okay.
Then it comes to the group. So again rewrite. So that means here some group is having permissions
Read
read
and execute.
and execute here, and then owner is having permission again
Read.
here. Yeah. So this one actually I need to do once check whether owner will come first or last. Actually, that I need to just remember. Okay, so I'm just explaining you how permissions are there, right? Got it? And
Okay.
then it comes to your next thing is who is the owner of for that and what is the group of that owner, okay, owner of that file, okay, okay, and then what is the size of that file, and after that which date it is created and modified. Got it?
Okay.
So these things are really important because sometimes you need to create some permissions are not there for someone else to use or for you itself. So you need to check out and you need to change the permissions accordingly. Okay.
Okay.
Now take an example. Let me remove. Okay. So now those permissions we need to change, right? Let me do it on other machine. Okay. One second. Now since actually just wanted to tell you this command. So so just wanted to tell you if you want to change the read permissions for a for a file, right? So the permissions will be there. So these permissions either file is there or directory is there, okay, or link will be there. Link means shortcut will be there, right? So these permission will be there for those things, okay. So we need to change the permissions. So to change the permissions, so this command which we are trying to execute, change mode plus r. So plus r means additional permissions we are providing, read to everyone, that means user, group and owner, okay, all three, okay. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, so rest of the commands we'll do it tomorrow. Okay, so now almost okay, so our class time is over. So rest of the things we'll see rest of the permission for the user, group, owner, how we change it. So we'll be talking tomorrow how to change the permissions. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So let me stop.